No one has a better feel for what a customer is going to need or want than somebody who does it every day and lives it. We really have our ear to the ground when it comes to what consumers are going to need, what they're going to want, what racers really going to feel like they want. We have pretty much the largest customer service, technical service staff in the industry. So when folks call us on the phone, we can be able to talk to them about all of their application needs in regards to what head unit they need, what kit they need, and so on and so forth. We have over 30 different supercharger models depending on what the guy's application is, so we can definitely help them out with what they need. But the first order of business will be, what are their goals? You know, where are they trying to get to? What do you do with the car? That sort of thing. So if somebody calls up and says, hey, I have a 2018 Mustang and I want to see what I can do to get the best out of it, we're going to ask them, is it a daily street car? Are you trying to race the car? What the situation might be. Next is going to be, okay, does it have any modifications already? And then we can kind of help them steer them in the direction they need. Some guys, a completely stock car, they can do what we call our complete system, where it comes with all the tuning and fuel system components to get their application set up. In some cases, even California emission compliant. When you're just normal driving around, street car, you know, cruising down the freeway or getting stuck in traffic or whatever the case may be, the bypass valve is letting the boost out of the engine when you don't need it. So you're going to get everyday streetability, drivability, fuel mileage, so on and so forth, when you want it. But the nice part is that when you want to get wild and crazy, then you just, you know, jump the throttle, mat the throttle, whatever you decide to do, and all that boost is going to be going in the engine. Most of our kits, they come with what we call our ProFlow bypass valve. But we have a bullet bypass valve, a race bypass valve, a pro race valve, so it really just depends on what you're doing. We have different tubing sizes. There's a huge array of intercoolers the guys can choose from. If it's carbureted application, a bunch of different carb paths the guys can choose. Our superchargers, we make up to an F3X 146, which is one of our new models. That supercharger is around a 3,500 horsepower capable supercharger. We start superchargers around 50 horsepower, so we can cover a huge spread from 50 horsepower to 3,500 horsepower. I don't think there's really anybody else that can do that. Even recently when we did the Corvette with the F1A94 supercharger, that's a supercharger that a lot of guys will drive on the street, 1,000 horsepower street car, but it's also a record-setting ultra street blower for an all-out race guy. So a lot of our superchargers have a lot of versatility to it. One of the big things too is made in USA. We make everything in-house. There's very little that we don't do when it comes to our kits. Obviously there's a few purchase components as with anything, but everything's designed, built, manufactured, CNC, welded, you know, so on and so forth, right in-house. A lot of the guys will look at, for instance, one of our billet intake manifolds or one of our intercoolers or whatever the case is and say, man, that's a really nice expensive robot you have. Well, that is hand-built by someone, not a robot.